Hello, 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 and welcome to the evening session of day 3 in the opening 2021 backyard test. Dan's 11 up against it, chasing 211 to win. They sit on 76 for 2. The late wickets from Rob Maguire in the last session tilting the balance. A lot rests on Yusuf Sharif. We're going to join the action and see if they can hunt this target down. And when the field is ready, Ricky Borrett is going to start us off again. Crowther still on naught. They haven't bowled enough balls at Crowther so far. Sharif has done really well at rotating strike and keeping himself on at the dangerous end. Allowing Crowther time to settle slowly and just killing Alex's 11's momentum a little bit. They'll have wanted to bowl more at Crowther than they've been able to so far. And it shouldn't be forgotten that Ricky Borrett was all over James Crowther last year. Dismissed him 3 times in 3 tests, including the decisive match-winning wicket in both the second and third game. And that's over his head. He's given us 4. I think that's a bunt ball. Don't think there was any real danger of a catch there. Looks like he's hit this into the ground. Yeah, it does seem to be the case. No real effort from Borrett to get to it. And Crowther's off the mark. And off the mark nicely as well. And they'll take the bite. And this will be annoying for Alex's 11. Those byres down leg side when you've got a left-hander, right-hander in, it's annoying for the fielders, annoying for the bowlers. Need to do themselves a favour and avoid those sloppy strike rotations. Borrett to Sharif. Got a bat on it and gets 4. Just got a tickle on that. Good bit of cricket. Fine leg was wide there, Smith, and Sharif managed to just get it fine enough. Looked in excellent touch. Deserves his half century if he can get there. Got to get through Borrett first. Oh, what a beauty! Oh, that's a magic delivery from Ricky Borrett. That's bowled him round his legs from round the wicket. Well, we'll have a look and see if Sharif has made an error there or if that has done a bit. Probably a bit of both is going to be the truth. Steps across to off Sharif. Leaves it. It has done a fair bit. But you'd have to say from Sharif it's a little lazy as well. Just walked across too far. Misread it. But a brilliant bit of bowling from Ricky Borrett. And you would feel that that is probably a match winner now. Yusuf Sharif had looked so good up until that point. That is his first mistake in this innings. And it's proved costly. Excellent 44 from him. And it does look a tall order now. Dan Mears, the captain, is going to be the man to try and fight back, lead the charge for his side. Needs to produce, as the cliche goes, a real captain's innings here. Side in all sorts of trouble. Ricky Borrett to finish his over. And lets it go. But they've got the breakthrough. Really good delivery from Ricky Borrett. Wasn't the best over actually, but got one excellent ball in there, and that was enough. Bit of a misjudgment from Sharif, which will be a disappointment for him. Just short of what would have been an excellent half century. In terms of pure quality, that was probably the best innings of the match so far. Ricky Borrett's 50 in the third innings was magnificent for different reasons, but in terms of pure quality of batting, that was excellent from Yusuf Sharif. Probably the best batting we've seen in this game. But he's been and gone. His test match is over. Crowthers is still alive, and he's going to face Vamsi Bogareddy. Quiet first over from him. Oh, this is going to be out. What a soft dismissal that is. He's caught it. Oh, that's a disaster. That's a big wicket for Alex's 11. James Crowther, a huge player, particularly with his record in the 4th innings. To get him and to get him with such a cheap dismissal early on is a massive bonus. And that surely is the end of that for Dan's team. Still some good batsmen to come. Still a lot of batting in this lineup. But that feels like a fatal blow. Vamsi Bogareddy with his maiden Backyard Cricket England wicket. He's had a good debut, Bogareddy. Chipped in at vital times. Electric cricketer. Everything happening when he's involved. And he's got a big wicket there. James Crowther was excellent in the 4th innings of every test last year. And to get him so cheaply here is such a boost. They will feel they've done enough now, Alex's team. Just got to keep chipping away and not lose their focus. Hasn't actually been the best bowling performance from them. They've just produced enough good deliveries here and there. And had a bit of luck as well. One moment of pure brilliance. That over from Rob Maguire. Looks decisive now. Oh, this is going to be another one. Oh, he goes. Well, he's not batting for his team there, Adam Stevens. That's a poor dismissal. To smash it over the fence off just your second delivery on naught. That's a bit careless, but Bogareddy, another wicket for him. Excellent over from him. 3 balls, 2 wickets. Vamsi Bogareddy has arrived as a bowler in backyard cricket. And this looks a formality now. May just be a matter of time for these last few wickets. Especially if they're going to keep self-destructing like they have there. And that's 3 wickets for no runs in the last 5 deliveries. Gurpal Singh doesn't tend to hang around, and their best chance stands 11 might be if he can connect with a few and fire some boundaries away quickly. That'll be his best option. Gurpal Singh, not the type of player who's going to prod and poke and defend his way through this target. He's going to go for him. Just got to calm this wave down first, though. 3 wickets in the last 5 balls. They were 58 for naught, Dan's team. 5 for 27. Rob Maguire started it with an over of breathtaking brilliance. Probably a better over, actually, than his hat-trick over last year. He was magnificent, Maguire. And that opened the floodgates. Borat got the key wicket of Sharif with a really good delivery. And now Bogareddy with a couple of dismissals that he will feel. He's been gifted and he won't complain at that at all. Good over that. Double wicket maiden from Vamsi Bogareddy. Well done him. 85 for 5. Now Saeed up next. Just him, Chapman and the captain himself. Smith left in this rotation. Oh, this is close. Can he hit him? Gone. Brilliant from Elliot Fox. Absolutely brilliant. Veins of steel from Fox. Ice cold. But it's a soft dismissal. Another soft dismissal. Dan Mears never looked interested in that run. And Gurpal Singh, well, Gurpal Singh has to take the blame for that. There was never an indication from Mears that he wanted a single there. Never looked up, never looked interested, never started coming down the crease. And Gurpal Singh charged at him. Mears sent him back, and Singh pays the price. He's gone for a duck. Poor bit of cricket, but brilliant from Elliot Fox. Great to see the celebration as well. Really popular cricketer, live wire cricketer, ball of energy, Elliot Fox. And that was a nice moment for him. Sam Dennis on debut, duck in the first innings. Left one and was pinned in front. LBW from Ricky Borat. Left a Yorker on middle stump. Didn't read it at all. But he is a class player if he can get going, Sam Dennis. No doubting the ability. But this format of cricket takes some adapting to, and it's probably unfair to expect a debutant to get them over the line in this situation, as perilous as it is, in just his second innings in the format. If he does pull this off, Sam Dennis, along with Dan Mears, well, you'd probably be looking at the best backyard innings we've had up to now. If they can get this over the line, looks a long way off. Complete and utter collapse. It's 6 for 27, the collapse. Oh, Mears looked tempted for a second, looked like the booming drive was coming out, but he lets it go. So he'd been a lot better in this over than he was in his first. His first over was a little loose, but this has all been on the money. Just started to land those off spinners. Confidence boosted by the wickets falling at regular intervals, giving him a bit of belief. That was a good over that from Nav Saeed. Wicket maiden. And who's it going to be? Just Smith and Chapman remaining. Is it going to be the captain first, or will he turn to Chapman? It looks like it is going to be Chapman. 4 wickets without reply in the last 14 deliveries. That's a wide. Good keeping again though from Ricky Borrett. Saved the bite. Keeping's been really good in this match, Ricky Borrett. It's been one of the differences, the extras between the two sides, and a lot of that is down to the bowling from each team, but also the quality of wicket keeping. As Dennis drives to mid-off. Where's that? That's 6. Smash that. Well, it's clear what Sam Dennis's intentions are. He's not going to die wondering. Chance for him to find a bit of rhythm and get used to this format on debut. Pick that one up. Well done. Well, we get over the top of that. You've seen those balls go flying straight upwards. And right behind that. Gets himself off a pair, gets himself off the mark in backyard cricket, so he'll be feeling good about that, Dennis. Not been a terrible over this from Chapman. He's done okay so far. Boundary was a good shot. One poor wide at the start of the over, but other than that, he's landed them. Half appeal for a catch behind. And again, excellent wicket keeping from Ricky Borrett, you'd have to say. No nick on it, but brilliant again. And it is the captain to finish this rotation. Captain to captain. Smith to Mears. Surprisingly, it's the first time these two captains have bowled at each other in this match. Hasn't happened in any of the 3 previous innings. Smith comes in. Eyes up in the air. And gone. And that's a nice little battle for Smith to win. Gets his opposite number out for a duck. For any captain, that's a nice little bonus. Looks like it just bounced on him. Smith has that extra height. Yeah, it's just got big on him there. Taking the shoulder of the bat. It's a good catch from Ewan McGregor. I think he's left a piece of himself on the turf. Good commitment from him. Mears gone for a blob. Smith has the wicket. 93 for 7. Neil Murphy, the new man, another on debut. Looks a formality. Not expecting Dan's 11 to get close to this now, but they have to still believe they can. Got to take some pride in their work here. Just resist as long as you can, and then who knows. But Smith will have his tail up. He's got 5 balls at Murphy here to try and make further inroads. I think these are all going to be full. Don't think he's going to target the shoulder of the bat for Murphy. Think he'll target those stumps. Well, he has banged it in short. Good wicket keeping again from Borrett. Just to say, this actual second innings has been a bit of a masterclass behind the stumps from Ricky Borrett. Seen some excellent takes from him. Standing up to Smith, who's no slouch with the ball. He's got a bit of pace. Good from Borrett, but he goes back now. Oh, that's a good ball. That's moved quite a long way, actually. That started in line with the stumps from left arm round the wicket and has bent all the way to Ricky Borrett's outstretched right hand. Good delivery, that. You feel he's coming round the wicket in order to set him up for the big in-swinger into the stumps. Going to bowl out-swingers at him and then bend one back in. Oh, and that is the in-swinger, and it's not missed off stump by much. Whiskers away. This has been a good over from the captain. Every ball on the money so far. Good over from him. And that's a full toss. He's nicked it and it's 4. Little bit loose from Smith. Low full toss. But Murphy threw the blade at it. Got the edge. Landed in between the 2 slips, and I don't think it would have carried to either of them anyway. Murphy off the mark with a boundary, and then digs that one in too short. But a good over from Smith. Wicket for him in it. And that will be a new bowling rotation, as if it wasn't bad enough for Dan's 11. You would assume Rob Maguire is going to be on pretty sharpish here. You would have thought he'd probably be the first over Maguire to capitalise on his brilliance earlier. Looks like he's gone to Ricky Borrett, remembering that Borrett dismissed Dennis in the first innings, so possibly a bit of mind games here. I think we all assumed Rob Maguire would be on. But he's just playing games with Sam Dennis here by bringing Borrett back, reminding him of that first innings dismissal. Borrett has primarily bowled around the wicket in this match, but he did get Dennis's wicket bowling over in the first innings. So we'll see if he tries that angle again. Looks like he will. And you wouldn't be surprised if he replicates it with a similar delivery here. He's going to go full. He's going to target those stumps. See if Dennis leaves it again. Little appeal for a catch down leg. That was the attempt from Borrett. Tried to get that Yorker in. Just too far down leg. Some clever cricket going on now. It's amazing to think the contrast in this innings. Sloppy for the first 11 overs, Alex's 11. Didn't look like taking a wicket. And since then, well, the last 9 overs have brought 7 of them. The occasional bit of brilliance mixed in with some poor dismissals. Oh, it's a good ball. Beats the edge. Moved a long way, that. Ricky Borrett sensing his moment. Loves being part of these occasions. He showed that last year when test matches get down to the wire. That's when he's at his best. Saw that with the bat in the third innings here, when they desperately needed him more than at any other time in his backyard career. He stepped up and delivered. Then got the key wicket of Yusuf Sharif here. Only the one to his name, but the biggest one. And he'll be hunting for a bit of blood here. Into Murphy. And that's bowled him. Full and straight does the job. That's always where they were going to target Neil Murphy. Doesn't get across his stumps, leaves a gap. And Alex's 11, ruthless about exploiting it. Ricky Borrett has his second. That one's done quite a bit, in fairness. In fairness to Neil Murphy, that's actually moved quite a distance. Good ball, that, from round the wicket. He's gone for 4. Harvey Tiffin, the next and final batsman. Remember, there is a last man standing, so Alex's 11 will have to get both of these 2 out to win the game. But this will be the last new man to come to the crease. The debutant from Carlisle. 13 in the first innings, through the blade, played some nice shots. But Ricky Borrett knows this will probably be his last delivery. I don't think there's going to be another rotation. Oh, and he's bowled him. Finishes with a bang, Ricky Borrett. You would think those will be his last 2 balls of the game, and he struck on both of them. Ends his test with a bang. Brilliant from him. Poor from Harvey Tiffin. No real footwork. Indecisive prod of the bat. But it's a good nut from Borrett that's done a bit as well. He's swung the ball in this innings more than I think I've seen him swing it in backyard cricket in his career up to now. He's always bowled well in the format, but I just feel he's swung it more today than at any other point in his career. Borrett, had he had a delivery left, would have been on a hat-trick. But his over has been and done. It was a brilliant over. 2 wickets and just 1 bye off of it. He'll finish with 3 for 8. Brilliant from him. He's had an excellent test match, a man of the match test match. Although he's been pushed hard for that role by the man with the ball now, Rob Maguire. Dennis lets it go. He's the last man standing. He needs 113, which doesn't look likely. And we say Ricky Borrett has been the man of the match, but Rob Maguire has pushed him all the way with bat and ball. He has been superb. New role at number 3, which he's adapted to like a duck to water. Bowled well in the first innings, got a couple of wickets. His first over was quick but a bit flat here, and then his second over, one of the greats in backyard cricket. 2 wickets, key wickets, got the breakthrough when Alex's 11 was sloppy and the partnership was building, and he produced an over of genius. He is a massive player in this format of the game, Rob Maguire, and he's been excellent. Deserves to take this final wicket if he can, but Sam Dennis has held his own so far, and that is the over. So Maguire, likely, his test match is most likely done. Butler back on to see if he can be the one to bring it home. It's just a matter of time now. It's just a matter of how many can Dennis get. And this is an important little contribution from Sam Dennis. Having made a duck in his first innings, any runs he can get now, if he can get into backyard cricket and get a feel for the game, then this might set him up for the rest of the series. Might be an important little sort of 10 minutes here for him. 20 minutes, the longer he can hang around. Almost certainly won't be enough to make any impact on this game, but may have consequences further down the line in this series. But for now, still on 6. And look at that collapse, 9 for 40. And where's that? Oh, he's got it over the top, it's 6. Thick edge, flew over the slip cordon. Well, they've switched behind the stumps. Ricky Borrett wicket keeping normally, and Alex Smith at 6'5" in the slips. And Dennis drives another for 4. We'll have a look at both of those boundaries. But just to go back to that point, if Ricky Borrett, the smaller player and better wicket keeper, had had the gloves on and Smith had been in the slip, Smith may well have been able to reach that. He's a lot taller than Borrett. And Dennis follows it up with a nice shot through point. Unlucky there, Jake Butler. 0 for 20 for him. Not his finest innings. James Maguire. Bowled well in the first innings. He struggled a little bit here. Bowled the odd good ball. But this game he will remember for his brilliant batting in that partnership with Borrett that really changed this game completely. That was the key moment in this whole test match, the partnership between Maguire and Borrett. That's what changed everything. Oh, he's had a waft at that, Dennis. Looks like he's just going to play a few shots now. Just see how many he can get. See how much he can annoy Alex's team as well. And if he can get through this over, there's the part-timers to come in this rotation, so he may fancy getting a few. May fancy rattling off a few boundaries against the part-time bowlers. Got to get through Maguire first. That'll be a leg bite. A couple of balls left in the over. Maguire will be desperate for a wicket. Bowled well in this test match, but hasn't got a wicket to his name yet. That's off the shoulder. Well, as the end comes, you'd have to say, for sort of 3/4 of this test match, we've had a really fascinating game. That partnership between Maguire and Borrett killed it as a contest, really. But up until then, this game was to and fro. It was all over the place. Didn't know who was going to win, didn't know which way it was going to turn. But everything changed when Maguire and Borrett got together and swung this game too far in Alex's direction for Dan's team to ever claw back. Bogareddy, the new bowler. And where's that? That's over the fence. And that is the end of that. Alex's 11 have won this opening test match by 101 runs. Bit of a thrashing in the end. A bit of a whimper from Dan's 11. They've lost 10 for 51 at the end there. Disastrous collapse from them. But that is the end of that. Alex's 11 take a 1-0 lead in the series. And it was Yusuf Sharif at the top with Bijal Patel, who got the innings off to such a good start, but not for the first time in backyard cricket. A moment of genius from Rob Maguire proved decisive. Blew the game away with his brilliant over where he took 2 wickets. And that is the overall state of the game. Alex's 11, 171. Didn't know what to make of that, and then Dan's 11 fought well below par. A good bowling performance from Alex's team there, 123. Collapsed to 73 for 7, and then Borrett and Maguire shared 70, took the game out of reach, and Dan's 11 knocked over. And that is the end of a to and fro test match that's ended in a bit of a drubbing. Alex's 11 take the first test by 101 runs. Join us again for the start of the second game, which will be in Surrey.